Hello, welcome back to Blender CC Learning. In this episode, I will be showing you how to create this kind of abstract tiling. This is an inspiration by Benny Govaerts, and yeah, the nodes is exactly like this. But I want to show you how the logics to get something like this. Benny actually have something added here that's gonna be different from what we're gonna be creating. So let's just create it in Blender. So you already have, you need the latest SVerchok add-on. Make sure you have this. So SVerchok add-on nodes, and let's get into SVerchok and start with a plane. And save this as tile recursive. And the next thing we want to do is to create mesh viewer node. So by default, plane will create just a tile like this, right? Nothing special. And with Benny one, the tile is like rotated. But before we do that, we want to play around with subdivision. So if you try to search for recursive subdivision, you will not have it, but you can have a script node Lite. And with this node selected, if you go to the panel, we have a lot of hidden nodes. And this is the one we want, recursive subdivision. Select this, select this, select this. So this one is a really cool node, as you can see already. Simply by plugging a plane, you can randomize the seed, and there is this random vector that you can adjust, and there's also iterations. So this will subdivide everything at the same time, as you can see. So from something that just a simple plane, a quad, one iterations will subdivide it, and then you have offset, and then you can iterate over and then subdivide and subdivide again and subdivide again. So that's basically the trick. With Benny one, he got the additional random probability. I think he won't mind if I share the script also, but for now we're just gonna use this. So the next thing with Benny, what he did is using inset special. With inset special, there is actually this way to just use the inset. And so this is the output of the vertices, and okay, I think that's what he did. So it's creating the inner part, and we are just using the inner inset instead of the output. And from here, we can do the rotation, etc. But we want to clean up the extra vertices. You can see if you go to edit mode, after using inset special, there is these extra points. Delete loose is the functions to get rid of it. So we have a clean result from the inset. So the next thing Benny did was to actually use matrix apply to rotate it. Yep, we can do the same simply by using rotations here. Rotate it 45 degrees. And from this, we can use Mirror Modifier, like so. And maybe we need to center our plane. Okay, this is basically what Benny created. I'll just call it BG tile. Okay, Benny Govaerts tile. So this is already quite an interesting tile. This you can get a lot of different pattern of tile, and you can randomize. The random vector can go minus. So you have a lot of varieties there. Oops, okay, I just sorry. I increased the iterations too much, so now Blender is definitely frozen. So we do like I show it to you. The recursive can go too high, and then Blender will froze. Yeah, with this Benny one has extra probability thing. Let me show you the difference very quickly. So this is the one from Benny. So the default one doesn't have subdivision probability. This is the one from Benny. The one from Benny actually have this subdivide probability. This is the value, and then here this value is used to make a random divisions. So maybe you can try and make modification like this, or I just give you the script. But let's see what we have earlier. Okay, so be careful with these iterations. Oh yeah, I quite like this already, although it's not like it's doing this recursive subdivisions on every polygon face. Sometimes you want it to be slightly randomized. So rotations also, this can make a nice kind of like a sci-fi design. I don't know, our brain, the way our brain, if I think Mirror Modifier did a lot of work here as well. You can flip it. So a lot of varieties you can get simply by using this simple nodes setup. It's basically like a mirror and tile and recursive subdivision, because recursive subdivision is actually really quite cool in itself. I don't know if I still have it. Okay, I still have it. See, if you study the tile world in architecture, you will find a lot of interesting ideas. This one is the recursive subdivision. Actually, yeah, I think more or less. But you can study the pattern and then the color. Lots of ideas. This one it looks like tangrams. SVerchok is actually really good to do this kind of tiling. Oh wow, that's beautiful. But anyway, from here, something like this, you can further works. You can have this modifier alive. You can bring it in post, and then you can use grid, polygon, hexagon. I forgot the name. Polygon grid to do the tiling. Yeah, something like that. I mean, could be cleaner with the, but you got the ideas. There's this polygon grid. There is also another one, pentagon tiler. Well, I guess don't worry about that. Polygon tile, center, rectangle, triangle, diamond. So a lot of different pattern. If you are really like confident with SVerchok nodes and algorithm, you can go a little bit more interesting. Go with maybe like Persian carpet or something. Try to make design like this using SVerchok. Pretty cool, right? You can definitely make something like this in SVerchok. The coloring, the tiling. I mean, if you are just doing it in Blender, in computer graphic, it should be so much simpler than actually manually making this, but it's possible. Anyway, tile for now, this tile. And yeah, hopefully you find this interesting. Let me know what you think. If you actually give a random color for each tiling, you can get something that's quite beautiful. If you use this simple tile design to, this is still working. Yep. Oh, I need to make an update. Even just adding a different color will give you a different design, and then you can use this. Perhaps you can use this to do the cutter. To make your design, make a cutter. Like when using box cutter. Anyhow, that's pretty much what I want to talk about. Thanks again, Benny, for the inspirations. For example, I'm gonna try to make something slightly different from this idea, but this is cool. I think using Blender Mirror and simple SVerchok nodes to create something complex. All right, thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.